Question number 3, solve the rational exponent equation and use factoring where necessary. So here we have x to the 2/3 power minus 6x to the 1/3 power plus 8, which is equal to 0. So what we want to do is we want to write this in quadratic form. And what that means is we're going to have the first term being squared minus the second term, which has a 6 as a coefficient, and that has an exponent of 1, plus 8, which is equal to 0. So we always look at the middle variable term, and that's what we're going to put inside the parentheses. So this is x to the 1/3, which means we're also going to put the same thing over here, which is x to the 1/3. Now, if you take a look at this first step and then go back to step 1, x to the 1/3 squared is the same thing as x to the 2/3. X to the 1/3 raised to the first power gives you x to the 1/3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use u substitution. So we're going to let u equal x to the 1/3. So now in step number 4, we're going to replace x to the 1/3 to be u raised to the second power minus 6u raised to the first power plus 8, which is equal to 0. And so now we're going to factor this. So we have 8 as our value of c, and then negative 6 as our middle term. So what two numbers can we multiply to get positive 8, and when we add, we're going to get negative 6? Well, negative 2 times negative 4 gives you positive 8, and negative 2 plus negative 4 gives you negative 6. So now we're going to factor this. So we end up getting u minus 2 times u minus 4, and that's equal to 0. Now we're going to set both of them equal to 0. So we have u minus 2, which is equal to 0, or u minus 4, which is equal to 0. So we get u, which is equal to positive 2, or u, which is equal to positive 4. Okay, now we're not finished with the problem, because in step 3, we said that u is equal to x to the 1/3. And so we're still trying to solve for x. So all we did was use u substitution to allow us to use factoring in an easier way for us to get to this result. So we got to replace now u to be x to the 1/3. So now this u becomes x to the 1/3, and that's equal to 2. Or this u becomes x to the 1/3, and that's equal to 4. So now in order for us to solve for x, we need to raise both sides of the equation to the reciprocal of that exponent. Well, the reciprocal of 1 over 3 is 3 over 1, or just 3. And we have to do the same thing on the right side. So therefore, 1/3 raised to the 3rd power is just x, and 2 to the 3rd power is going to give us 8. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other equation. We have x to the 1/3. We're going to raise that to 3 over 1. Same thing with 4 raised to the 3rd power. And so therefore, x is going to equal 64. So therefore, we have two solutions, 8 and 64.